Hey guys, Nick here. So I've already made a video of my 72-hour bag slash overnight camping trip bag. So now I'm gonna make a video on my what I call my extended stay pack. It is not complete yet. I'm still working on getting what I want in there. It's gonna take a little bit of time to get everything I want. But figured I'd go ahead and show you what's in here now. So this pack works in conjunction with my 72-hour bag. They go hand in hand, and it's great if I'm bugging out and I have access to a vehicle to drive. Otherwise, I'm going to have to strap it to one of my dogs or have them pull it, which isn't a big deal. They're big dogs. They can handle some weight. Let's go ahead and get to it. So on the bottom, I have my old heavy-duty 9x9 tarp, just for an additional form of shelter. I have my lightweight tarp in that pack, but if I'm going to be staying out for longer period of time, I want something that's going to be a little bit more durable. There are a couple things that I do have that I haven't put in this pack yet. A couple of 50-foot lengths of 3/8 rope I have in my garage now. I just haven't put them in here yet. So the rope will be added to here. On the side, I have a bow saw attached. This thing, I don't remember what I paid for it. It was pretty inexpensive. I got it at Harbor Freight, but it works really well. I was pretty impressed because you can get most of the stuff at Harbor Freight is pretty crappy, but this is one of those few items that seemed to work for me. So I've shown you this pack before. This is the first Monkey Packs pack I got. I took this, excuse me, I took the side pouches off and attached them to my other pack, but I kept this pouch on just because it doesn't fit too well on my other one, and it gives me a little bit more room on this one. So I'll start here with what's in that pouch. Like I said, there's not much in here yet. In this pocket right now, all I have is the strap for this pouch, so I can pull this pouch off the pack and carry it like a fanny pack or over my shoulder. Which is, that's great for going on a day trip or something. In this side pocket, I have nothing in there yet. This side pocket, I have an emergency blanket. And the main compartment, I have a CRKT Eaton tool, my Coleman Max flashlight. It has white, red, and blue lights. You may recognize this is the little hat clip light from my $10 survival channel, or my $10 survival kit challenge. I'm really impressed with it. It works pretty well. It is really cheap and flimsy, so I don't see it lasting too long in heavy use. But I do have another headlamp. I'm going to be replacing this one as soon as I get around to it. It's the same headlamp I have in my other pack. I have a spare pocket knife. This is the SOG Flash 2. It's a pretty decent pocket knife. I have a can't even think what it's called right now. A magnesium stick with ferro rod on there. Waterproof match case. Now on this I've wrapped fishing line and duct tape to the outside. And the last item in here is my ComSec that I showed you I have in my other pack. These are extras. Mainly for if shit hits the fan and I meet up with my group that, you know, we're planning on meeting up together if shit hits the fan. I can pass those out. Now my tarp is attached to the pack by a couple of, I'd say they're about 4 foot lengths of 1/4 inch rope. So that's another piece of cordage that I have if I need it. Now in the front compartment I have my Mora Companion Heavy Duty and my Mora Light My Fire. One thing I like about this knife, well, let me go over this a little bit. One thing I don't like about it is a stainless steel blade and not their carbon steel. But it is a sharp knife. It is a great cutter. What I do love is that it has a ferro rod in there in the handle. Not my first choice, but in an emergency when my main ferro rods are done, I have that. I don't know if this is a half tang blade or a rat tail 3/4 tang, but with the ferro rod fitting or taking up about half the length of the handle, I just don't know how well the handle on this is gonna hold up. So we'll see. So far I've been really impressed with the Moras. Hopefully this one will hold up just as well. I also have about 150 feet of paracord. And I have my Sawyer Mini kit. This is, so it's got the Sawyer Mini water filter. It's got a straw that attaches to it. It's got a squeeze bag and a backwash plunger. I keep them all in here because being the extended stay pack, you know, I'm probably going to want to clean my filter. I can put the straw directly on the filter and drink from a puddle if I need to. I have an extra way to store water, or this actually attaches directly to the Sawyer. So what I could do is I could fill this up with bad water, hang it up, and just let it drip clean water into a container. I also have a mini Maglite. This is the regular bulb. It's not a LED. But one thing I like about it is because it's not the LED. I don't know how many people know about this, but the mini Maglites with the regular bulb, they have this function. You can take the bezel off, turn it upside down, put the base of the flashlight in there, or inside of it, and it acts like a candle, giving you, you know, a 360 degree radius of light. The my buddy has one of the LEDs and it will not do that. I don't know if it's just his or all of them, but I'm pretty sure it's probably all of them. Also in this pack, I have 3 metric bars. I had 4, but I ate one of them on my last camping trip out of my other pack, so I replaced it with one from here. And probably the most important thing in this pack is all this instant coffee. I have 14 things of instant coffee. Well, these aren't really the instant coffee. These are the coffee singles. They're in like little tea bags. So really, you could probably use each one of these 2 to 3 times. Obviously, it'll get weaker, or the coffee will get weaker, but as long as you got coffee, who cares, right? Alright, so that's it for that compartment. Alright, moving on to the main compartment. My pack is really empty right now, so I mean, I've got a lot of room to fill. But I have 3 of the 2.5 serving Mountain House meals. I have a bottle of heat, a spare bottle of heat to go with my alcohol stove in my main pack. I have an e-tool, which I do want to replace this with one of the longer handled e-tools. So that's a down the road thing that'll get picked up and attached to the side of my pack. I have a spare blade for my bow saw. I have my old hammock. It's still perfectly functional, but now I have a spare. And what I can also do with this is, if it's really cold out and I'm using my other hammock, I can hang this hammock underneath my hammock and fill it with some sort of insulation and insulate my backside. Hanging in a hammock in the cold, if you don't have something underneath you, your back and ass gets really cold. And I don't mean something underneath you in between you and the hammock. That doesn't work too well. It as you're laying on it, it compresses the insulation, so it just doesn't work good. You need to hang something underneath your hammock. Most hammockers use an underquilt. Those are pretty damn pricey, and I don't have that kind of money, so I'm not gonna do that. What I'm thinking, one thing I want to add to this pack are my my 2 wool blankets that I picked up from Harbor Freight. They're pretty lightweight, but they're decent. So I figure I haven't tested this, so I'm gonna have to test this this winter, before it starts warming up too much. But I want to take this hammock, hang it underneath my hammock, and put the wool blankets inside and see if that'll help insulate my backside. Another thing you could use this hammock for, hang it up underneath your hammock. Well, you can hang it up underneath my other hammock, not too tight, but down low, or quite a bit lower, as gear storage. I could just throw all my gear in this hammock and keep it up off the ground, especially if it's raining or snowing, or if it's wet and muddy, anything nasty. I also have in here a 2.5 liter water reservoir. And the last thing that I have is my Stanley Cook Set. I love this cook set. I was running it in my main pack for quite a while, but for the weight and the room that it took up, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to leave it in there. You know, I have my canteen cup for boiling water. That's really all I need for an overnight trip. Now, when it comes to an extended stay, you know, that's when I'm going to probably want something to be able to cook in. So it made sense to move this from my main pack to this pack. This thing's really handy. It's really nice little cook set. It has markings on the side. I don't know if you're going to be able to see these, but they go from 16 ounces to 24 ounces, 32 ounces, and 40 ounces. And it even has metric for all you backwards folk. Shows the milliliters in there. Got a pretty good lid with vent holes. And then inside, it has two bowls with lids that can be used. The lids can be used as cutting boards or small cutting boards or small little plates. Then inside that, it has the utensil kit, which is a spatula and a ladle and two handle sections. And you can fit just one handle on each, or you can double it up if you need a little bit longer reach. This thing is really handy, so I'm wanting to keep it around for a while. Alright, so that's everything that's in my pack so far. You know, there are additions that I want to make. I already said I have two 50-foot lengths of rope that I'm going to be putting in here. I have my two old blankets that I will roll up inside my hammock. Or not my hammock, my tarp. And I eventually want to replace my E-tool with one of the long-handled E-tools from, you know, like the World War II style, where the just got a wooden handle, probably, what, 2 feet long, something like that, and the shovel part folds up to it. As far as other things that I want to add, I definitely want more food. A mix between meal replacement bars and more Mountain House meals. One thing I would love to have in here, and hopefully soon I'll be able to convince my wife to let me get one, putting a takedown 22 inside of here. Either, you know, the Henry, I believe it's the AR-7 model, the Henry Survival Rifle. That's nice. It has, you know, everything fits in the stock, so it's nice and compact. Either that or the Ruger 1022 takedown, but I'm kind of leaning more towards the Henry, because it's a really nice compact package, and it holds the magazines inside, and the barrel gets stored inside, and it's supposed to be waterproof. If bare minimum, it's water resistant. So that's one of the big items that I want to put in here. And there's just a bunch of little odds and ends that I want. Anyways, so that's my extended stay pack. Want to thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Catch you on the next one, and stay tuned for some more beard rules. We're getting close to the end of those, but I'll put 5 more up at the end of this video. See you on the next one. And it's time again once more for beard rules. We left off last time on beard rule number 35, so without any further ado, here is beard rule number 36. A true beard has no end. Beard rule number 37. Trimming your beard says a lot about a man. Like, I'm not one. Beard rule number 38. A beard is the difference between Mr. and Sir. Beard rule number 39. The beard does the talking. And last but not least, beard rule number 40. Beards don't conceal identity. They create it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the next one.